Hey Instagram! Welcome to Friday Night Live with Variku. We are on Friday evening, 10 p.m. as scheduled. For the next 1 hour, we're going to have a lovely conversation. The last time, if you were around, it was absolutely brilliant. We had Ranveer Beer Biceps to show up completely random. We didn't expect it, and that came up to be like a really pleasant surprise. And then we had two absolutely unreal musical performances from Shreya and Kevin, and I have been enjoying their journey ever since, just following their accounts. So this can turn out to be any serendipitous evening and encounter. On this Friday night, I bring people live with me on a call, and we just talk about anything under the sun. You may have a question for me around starting up, around life, around career, about relationships. I don't claim to be an expert on anything, but I can offer some advice given my life, and that's how we will do it. Awesome. Let's get started and bring the first caller online. Okay. Yes. Okay. And see who that will be. Apurva Gulati. You have requested, and if you're ready, you will be live with me in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Awesome. Hear what Apurva has to say. Thank you so much, Swati. Thanks a lot. I hope you really enjoy the time management course. Do let me know what you feel about it. I can hear Swati, but I can't see her. Can you hear me, Swati? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Lavesh, how are you, man?
Hi, hi Ankur, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you?
Yeah, I can, but I don't think that you can see me.
No, I can't. Is that a
Uh,
connection problem at your end?
no, I think the connection's fine. I think there's some problem with the camera. If you could just give me a second because I didn't expect this happening.
As expected, this is like life in 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 real motion.
Yeah,
Instagram, you don't
but
expect it and thing happens.
do you
No,
mind
so,
if
so
we can speak?
I went. No, so yeah, she dropped out. Wow, that was like almost there, almost there, almost there, almost there. Okay. Thank you so much, Ishan. I had a really good time with Tanmay Bhatt. He is, of course, quite funny, and I was just trying to be funny, and I think it happened like at 10%. Okay, Apurva, we're going to give you one more chance and see if that works. Hopefully it does. I'm bringing you back. Let's say. Come on, Apurva. Let's make this work. Connecting, connecting, connecting. Nah.
Yeah,
Damn. No, I can't still see you.
but I can hear you. I think the connection's fine.
Okay, great. I don't know
Yeah,
if
if
people
that's,
can,
yeah.
if people, can people hear Apurva?
Hi guys, I mean, if you can hear me.
Yes. Okay. Audio call. Let's do that. All right, Apurva.
Yeah,
Tell us about
all right.
yourself. Where are you from?
I'm from Delhi and have started following you quite recently, but really relate to your content. And I mean, really happy to see you. And I think I take back people to the times of audio calling and how
That's
technological.
just nah, dropped out. Sorry, Apurva. We tried, but don't worry. Life will give us another chance. Don't worry at all. Absolutely not. Okay, Shweta Chaudhary, we're going to bring you live, Shweta. And if everything is fine and your network is okay, this should work. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shweta, we're going live. Pent up guy, I'm a drummer who also makes beats using pens. Would love to show it to you. All right, you're up next. Send me a request. We would love to see this. Shweta, Waiting, 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 waiting. Shweta's like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I wasn't expecting this. Life is so unfair. Okay. Well, I hope it's not at my end. Is it at my end? No, we're just waiting. Okay. Pent up, pent up, pent up. We're bringing you in. Give us a good performance, man. I love this. Is like becoming a musical with Variku now. All right. Sriram Ravi is what your name is. And we will bring you live pent up. Okay, connecting.
Hey Ankur,
What's up, Pentap?
what's up, man? I'm good, man. Yeah, so I mean, you need not call me Pentap. My name is Sriram.
Yes, we figured. I will call you
So,
Sriram.
yeah,
Where are you from,
yeah.
Sriram?
So I'm from Chennai.
Okay, awesome. And what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, I saw Kevin and I mean Shrey, if I'm not wrong, go
Yes.
live. Yeah, so that's how I got to know you do all these lives as well, and that's real nice of you to add people and talk to them.
No, I'd love to do
Yeah.
that. It's becoming a thing of its own. So the next thing I know is in a month from now, I'm becoming the guy who just brings the best musicians from across the country, still undiscovered, onto a live platform. But who knows? What do you do,
That's
Sriram?
nice,
Though, are
man.
you a student?
Yeah, yeah. I'm a student who's doing civil engineering, and I'm in my third year.
Okay.
But I mean, apart from that, I do music, which is my passion.
Clearly
So
shows it
let's see.
like
Yeah,
if this is how you talk, then clearly you're not a civil engineer, and you were just thrown into it. Who asked you to become a civil engineer? Was it your parents, or you thought you would be one?
it is never my intention actually. I wanted to do music, but yeah, you see, the normal Indian parents, they want you to get the degree first and then go about with what you can. I mean,
Correct.
that also makes sense, but I mean, let's see.
Awesome. We would love to hear what you have for us, Sriram.
Yeah. So to all of you who was out there, I use my pens to make beats, and I post these 1 minute covers on my Instagram account. So I'll just play this solo for you right now. So just let me know if you can hear this.
Okay.
Is that
Yes.
heard?
Yes, we heard it.
Okay. So I'll start.
Wow. That is incredible, Sriram. That was
Thank you so
incredible,
much.
man. I
I mean, my
bet
hands were a bit. Yeah.
no, no,
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me.
don't you don't have to say anything. Trust me, we're all bowled over. We love you. This is completely extraordinary, unlike anything that I've seen before or heard before in this context. And I bet my life you're not going to be even 20% as good a civil engineer as you are a pen tapper. So I am so glad that you're still pursuing it. Please be at it as much as the world throws you under the bus and tells you to follow the rules and whatever has been laid out for you. It is brilliant that you have got
Thank you.
it.
Thank you so much. It means a lot coming from you.
I am just super curious. How did you even figure this out? Was it just you pen tapping at some point of time and just realizing you're good at it?
So I have had this. I've had this passion for being a drummer since I was like very young. So whatever vessel or anything that I find around when I was young, I used to just tap onto it, and I had that sense of rhythm, and like I was able to jam along to songs. So I saw one of my friends do this very basic groove with one hand in school using a pen. I was like, okay, if a pen can do more than just writing, let me also try this out. And yeah, eventually I put some effort and it just worked out.
Wonderful, man. How long have you been doing this for?
If you say consistently, I think good practice of 3 years. I think now I've got into it, but I
Brilliant, man.
started this back in my ninth grade, and now in my third year in civil engineering. But I
Very
think
cool,
3 years
man.
you could say.
I love it. I love it. If in three
Yeah.
years alone you've gotten this far, I cannot wait how awesome you will be in 10 more years. And like the world's your
Thank you,
platform,
man.
man. The
This
world's
means
your
a lot.
platform. I love it. I'm going to follow you right away. And please keep me engaged. If there's anything at all that I can do,
Yeah,
not
for
that
sure.
I have anything to offer, but if there's anything at all, it'll be a pleasure to help you in whatever your endeavors are. But it was a
Yes, for
joy, man.
sure. I'll DM you some of my covers so you can check them out as well.
Perfect.
Also, if you have more time, is it fine if I could play some more of what I do to you?
I'd love to move on to the next one and discover people like
Okay.
yourselves. So this is a
Yeah, yeah.
great
Fine.
start, and you genuinely had us all bowled over. So I don't think you need to convince us
Cool,
anymore,
man.
and I'm sure you want to play more, but we got to move on. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's totally cool.
It was
It means a
lovely
lot
speaking with you,
from coming
Sriram.
from you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot for taking me on. Can
You
I
are
take a
brilliant.
screenshot if you
Yes,
don't
please.
mind?
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Yeah, once. Yeah, I think I got it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All the
Cool.
best, Sriram. Take
I'll
care,
see
man.
you.
Stay safe. Bye
Yeah, man,
bye.
thank you.
I've never heard that before. I have not seen pen tapping before. Of course, we all tap our pens to the right, tick 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 tick. But this, like, he was so fast that on Instagram Live, I could only see like the Matrix essay. That was the only thing that I saw, like in slow motion, where he's moved so fast that he's gone like 3 times, and Instagram's buffer is only showing it like a fuzzy motion. It was incredible. I loved it. Awesome, man. This is crazy. I love it. Well, if any musician is part of this IG live, we clearly have something going on. Please let me know and we will bring you in. I didn't know that pen tapping was a thing either, Nipun. Really cool. Super cool. I love it. Okay, let's now bring who? What is up with these really? Okay, Rudra Joshi. Rudra Joshi, you're coming live with me in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, Rudra. Let's see how that goes. Oh, shit. All right, Khurshid, he's a great
Yeah, I'm
singer.
good.
Hi, man.
Man,
We
this
can't
is.
see you, Rudra.
Oh, is that so? Just a sec. Let me check.
Still says connecting.
Oh,
Okay, Saubi, you're next because
yeah.
you're a beatboxer and I love beatboxers. But Rudra, yeah, we're still on you, and we'd love
Yep.
to we'd love to
Yeah. Am I right?
have the joy of seeing you. No, you're not. We can't see you. But let's just talk till however much it lasts. Where are you from, Rudra?
Yes, yes. I'm from Ahmedabad. Originally from Ahmedabad, yeah.
Okay, and where are you right now?
Ahmedabad, due to COVID.
Oh, okay. All right, perfect. You're not like I'm from Faridabad, but I just happen to be in
Absolutely not.
some
I was
really
initially in
fancy.
Ahmedabad.
Okay. It clearly doesn't work. Yeah. All right. Sobi. All right, Sobi. We're going to bring you on. It seems you're a beatboxer, and we would love to have you play for us and we to enjoy your talent. We're bringing you on in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now. Welcome, Sobi! I hope I'm getting your name right, Sobi.
Hello.
Hello, what's up?
Hi, thank you so much for adding me. Means a lot.
No, that's perfectly fine. It's a pleasure. What's your name, though?
Yeah, my name is Saubarnika, so people call me Saubi.
Oh, Saubi. And it's
Yes,
Saubernika?
Saubarnika.
Great. And where are you based out of Saubernika or Saubi?
I'm from Chennai.
Okay. What is up with Chennai and the talent? Well, Claire, from being from Delhi, I've zero right to even be saying anything with like, what's up with Delhi and the anger? But it's like, yeah, what's up with Chennai and the talent? Great. And what do you do? And what do you do, Sobi?
Yeah. So I just finished my college and I'm in third year right now. I mean, I'm gonna finish it, but because of this pandemic period, my exams are not over yet. I just have 5 more exams. But I guess it
Just
won't work.
5 more. Yeah. Well, they'll just give you passing marks, and I'm sure you'll be happy. What are you studying though?
I'm doing English literature and journalism together as a course.
Very nice, very cool. And is that what you want to pursue, or music?
I'm quite skeptical about it right now. Right now, I'm just focusing on beatboxing, but I'm not sure.
Okay, great. That's a very comfortable spot to be in. Trust me, you're very early in the game, and I hope you recognize there's no time pressure on you. You still
Thank
have
you
a
so much.
long way to go to figure this out. I love the fact that you are an English literature student and a journalism student and a beatboxer. That already sets you up for like the top 5% of unusual traits English literature and journalism students have.
Wow,
So
that's too much. Thank you so
Gr-
much.
can we have a performance? Would you be
Yep.
performing
Sure,
live?
sure, sure,
I am
sure.
so
Okay.
excited.
So,
Great. The
so,
stage is
yeah,
yours.
so I'll drop a freestyle and then one of my routines. Yes, is that okay? Make it fast. Okay. Claps.
Nice.
So this is my freestyle. I would like to do one of my routines.
This is really cool though. I love the last part. It just did not sound human. It did not sound human. It was just brilliant. I so love it. Wait,
Thank
okay,
you so much.
let's do the routine. You're clearly good
Yeah.
at this.
So I'll give you choices. You can choose whatever you want me to do. I have boom tam tam. I
Okay.
have musical routine of
You
beatboxing. So
you're the artist. You give us your best. We are following you.
I like all the routines. So you just choose one, please. So
The
it's
first
boom
one.
tam tam. Boom. Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. Mm.
Nice.
Yeah, that's one of my.
Awesome. That was incredible. I
Thank you.
love it. I
Thank you
love
so
it.
much.
You are so talented. How long have you been doing this?
Okay, I've been in the scene for 3 years now, but I have taken beatboxing as a serious element after quarantine. So I owe big time to quarantine, yes.
You're saying that this came about in the last 4 months?
This routine, I had to create this because of a competition in a day.
Wow. That is incredible, Saubi. That is
Thank you so
totally
much.
you're clearly up on this. Wonderful. I love this. This was
Thank you
like total
so much.
gangster style. This is total gangster. I loved it. Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
I'm so happy for you. I love that you are in this good spot. You seem to be loving this. You're happy.
Yeah.
You have this vibrance on your face. I like the world's your playground.
Thank
Please
you
go
so
ahead and win.
much.
Do not let anyone tell you what you should be doing. You completely define your own destiny.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so
Wonderful.
much. Thank you. And before going, I would like to drop one, like for 15 seconds, just 15 seconds.
Please, please.
Thank you so much. Since I'm from South India, I would like to drop some South Indian beat. Yep. Okay. Yeah.
That was brilliant. That was just so brilliant. I
Thank
love
you
it.
so, thank you
I
so
love it.
much.
God bless you,
Thank,
Sobi. You're
thank
meant
you.
for really big things. And if there's anything at all that I can help you with, it will be an absolute joy. Please don't hesitate.
Definitely, I would love to. And thank you so much for adding me. Means a lot. So much love from my side for this.
No, thank you so much. Thank you for sending in the request. Yeah, it was just absolutely my pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Great. All the best. Have a good night.
Bye bye. Good night. Take care.
That was lovely, man. That was just, and it's it's not. I know this will come across as sexist, so I want to be very careful the way I say it. I have not seen too many female beatboxers and someone as good as this. And that just blew my mind. It was just absolutely incredible. And I'm just so happy that someone is beating the ranks of, oh, this is like the heavy male thing. No, it's not. It's just like comedy. We are absolutely equal, but Sobi is leading that race, and I couldn't be happier for her. Wonderful. Wow, that's a lot to take in, man. And it's like, if there are other musicians on this IG Live who would love to have their music shared with everyone who's online and beyond, please send in a request and we would absolutely love to have you. But you blew our mind, Sobi. Totally right, Tanvi. Absolutely. Okay, let's get to the next caller. Yeah, Tulsi's like, let's have a question. It's been 15 days. Like, what are we doing with this? You know what? I just love the different directions that this can take. That's the here's the secret. The reason why I'm so happy is not because, well, it's largely because I'm meeting with such talented people, but the reason why I'm so happy is because I didn't expect it. And that's what I love about life. That's how I've lived my life all these years, which is you live it without a goal. You live it without a target. There is nothing that you have to achieve. There is no place you want to be at. You have to be at. It's the joy, the journey itself, which is the best part. And it can take you anywhere. If you're like that horse with your blinders on and just running, talk, 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 you don't see right, you don't see left, you don't see what's around you. And suddenly, if you're able to, suddenly, if you're like, you know what am I missing? What am I missing? What is it that I could possibly be doing that is completely different from what I've been doing so far? You just surprise yourself. And I feel that is what life is all about. And if you're in the point and the privilege that you can experience life that way, I just feel that's such a blessing. And I'm living that. Like, I'm so where I want to be despite knowing where I am. I am so where I want to be despite knowing where I am. Who the fuck knows where I am? Where will I be a year from now, a month from now, a week from now? How do I know? I really don't know. And I'm okay with that. And that is just so joyous. It's just so, so joyous. And I wish more people could live that way because now that I've seen how it works, it's just brilliant. Anyway, enough said. That wasn't a response to your question or anything. I was just making a remark. All right. Who should we bring in? All right, Aditi Kaushik, you're going live with me in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. No, it doesn't scare me, Kriti. It doesn't scare me. It really doesn't. And I think that's
Hi.
that's about. Hi, how are you, Aditi?
Hi. I'm great. I was not expecting this, but I'm so happy. I
That
even
is
texted.
brilliant. Yeah, you texted me.
I just yeah, I just DM'd you that I have a question.
Oh,
So
acha. Sorry.
although you were on this topic already, so I just wanted to know that how do you decide for your career that it's an infatuation or love? Like a typical question,
Oh,
but let
yeah,
me
yeah, yeah.
explain. Yeah.
I just
So it's
responded to
like
that.
if you so
Give me
it's
a little
like
more detail.
yeah. So like I'm a CA student and I was working for 3 years and now I'm preparing for finals and this lockdown happened and the exams have been postponed, so there's so much going on. So how, and my mind is sometimes like, okay, I want to do dancing. I always wanted to do public speaking. Yes, public speaking is something that I always wanted to do. But now I'm like, okay, why can't I do it just right now? And I don't know if that's just because I'm all into studies and I just want to explore, or if that is something, you know, that I should give it a try right now. So how you decide that it's
Okay.
a
No,
infatuation or love or
no, and we don't necessarily have to give it adjectives. Let's ask you a question in a very simple manner. At any point of time in life, Aditi, we all have choices that we make. Those choices could be because they're interesting. Those choices could be because we're good at it. Those choices could be because we are infatuated by them. The choices could be because we're being forced to make those choices. The choices could be because we see other people make those choices and we feel we should be making them as well. And several other reasons. The question that you're asking, which is a very broad question, is how do we go about pursuing those choices? Because you can't be pursuing everything. And then how do you know what is right, what is wrong, and so on? So here, there are three things that you have to know. Number one, you will never know whether the choice you're making is right or wrong before making the choice. You will never know whether the choice that you're making in life is right or wrong before making the choice. It's only after you've made it do you recognize whether this is something that works for you or not. So don't ever spend time in trying to come up with the right decision. Instead, spend time in coming up with what is my interest, my inclination, my commitment, my motivation to make this choice or not. Because if that is high enough, then even if I'm going through a really tough time, even if I'm going through a really lean patch, even if I'm going through a difficult phase, it will drive me and continue to push me to still pursue it. So number one, stop looking for the right choices or the right decisions. Then number two, the joy of life is not to find the right choice for you and to sit on it forever. The joy in life is to find how many choices are right for you. That is the joy of life. So your joy in life is not to become a CA and to forever be a CA. That's not the joy in life. The joy in life is, can you be a CA plus also be a public speaker, plus also be a dancer, plus also be a parent, plus also be someone else. You could be whosoever you want to be. The question is not what you should be and then be that forever. The question is, who all can you be and what are the choices that I can make and what do I have to trade for or not? So that's the second one, which is the job or the joy in life is to sit on as many chairs as possible, not find the most comfortable chair for you and sit on it forever. And then the third and the final one is there is a way that you go about doing it. There's actually a process in the way you do it. The process that I followed in my life was I used to do whatever was required to keep me financially floating, not growing, not making wealth, not the retirement money, but whatever money I need to cover my base, my monthly bills, my expenditure, my commitment to my family, to my own self, to whatever it is that I have to do to maintain my lifestyle. And that is my job. That is my profession. That is my work. But I don't make it my meaning until it is my meaning. What I do is just have it cover my base. And then I spend time on things that I'm good at and that make me happy, which could be my job, but needn't be my job. So it could be CA for you, but it needn't be the CA for you. It could be something else. It could be public speaking. It could be you becoming a public speaker and becoming a motivational speaker. It could be you becoming a corporate trainer. It could be you becoming a mentor or a coach. It could be you becoming a CA professional, teaching other CA professionals on how to prepare for the exam. It could be whosoever you want to be. But don't put the pressure of making money from it, because that's when the joy gets killed. You are good at something, you are happy doing it, but the minute you bring money in, it gets destroyed. It's like if any one of the great musicians we just heard had to force themselves to think of it making money for them, they will not be as good as what they are right now. Because right now they're doing it because they're good at it and it makes them happy. So they're just doing it. They're just living it. They're just breathing it. And at some point of time, 3, 4, 5 years, maybe even longer, it will unlock itself. It will unlock itself, and you would have gotten so good that you'll be able to create wealth from it, money from it. That's when you know that this can or could replace what your current job is that you weren't so happy about or didn't want to pursue. So these 3 things will be my mechanism of you going about taking decisions or making choices in life. And it starts from you not pursuing the right choice or the right decision. Absolutely not. It's you making as many choices as possible that you can, sitting on as many chairs as you can. And then number 3, sitting on a chair just to cover your financial base while spending time on another chair that gives you joy, that brings meaning to your life. And if you do that for long enough, you will find a way of unlocking that capital for you. And maybe that will be your purpose, or maybe another chair. Who knows?
Thank you so much, Ankur. I mean, it's very inspirational to hear it from you. And yeah, I'll take some time and I'll just do my best. Can I have a picture with you, please?
Yes. Please, let's do that. Let's do that, Aditi.
This is Akhil. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. All the best. Bye.
Thank you.
I loved how Aditi was so focused. Don't care about where I am from. Don't care about anything else. This is my question. I got my answer. I'll think about it. I'm taking a picture. Good night. Bye. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Okay. Let's get the next caller online. Do. Okay. Oop. For some reason I can't. Okay, hold on. No. Okay, Anvi, I have a faint feeling that we've brought you before as well. If yes, then we'll quickly say hi, and then we'll move on to the next caller. If no, then we'll have a chat. Anvi, Khatri, you're next. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Ba. Oh, Khurshid, yes. I'm so sorry, Benaz. We're going to get Khurshid. Hi, Anvi.
We did connect once before, but the network dropped out and I wasn't able to ask you anything.
Well, such is life. We come back a full circle. Remind us again, Anvi.
Yeah,
Where are you
workshop.
from?
I'm from Haryana.
Okay, great. And what do you do, Anvi?
I'm a Vedika scholar. I connected with you through the Freshers Workshop. That's what I was saying.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry, I cut you off. All right, wonderful. So you're a Vedika scholar. For those who may not know, the Vedika Scholars Program for Women is the world's only program which is an MBA program for women. And it's one of my favorite programs because Anuradha, who runs this program, has done a fantastic job of getting together one of the smartest, most talented women that I've come across in one class and cohort. And they go through such a life-changing experience, which leaves them completely changed after 18 months, which is the duration of the program. And I'm privileged to be on the advisory board of Vedika, so I get to see the progress that it has made up close. And it's such an honor to be part of that journey. So Lovely, Anvi. How are things? It must be somewhat difficult right now.
Yeah, everything is online, so it's not like proper Vedika experience that we hoped for, but yeah, we are getting through.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. And don't let this affect you as much. I'm sure that the shadow will happen the way it is, and the placements will happen the way it is, and everything will
That's
happen
what
the way
my
it is.
question is about actually.
Which
Yeah, so
is,
we are having our shadow virtually now, like in September, and some part of it, like we can choose to do it in person, but after the placements in February, that's the plan for now. So I was just wondering, like, how to navigate through virtual shadow experience. Like, my main expectation from shadow was to, like, get the idea of how different divisions, sorry, how different
got it.
divisions work in an organization, marketing, operations, and all that. But how would I be able to do that in a virtual setup, and like how to just navigate to social through virtual and just get the whole shadow experience the best
Yeah.
way it could
No,
be.
I get that. I get that. So, for the benefit of everyone, Vedika has this really powerful module called Shadow a CEO or Shadow a Women Leader. And what they do is it's like an internship, but unlike an internship, it's a shadow program where they are working with a CEO, a woman CEO, or a woman leader, and shadowing her through a period of 1 to 2 months. And this year, unfortunately, because of COVID, it's partly virtual and partly could be in person. And Anvi's question then is, how does one make of the best use of what could be a virtual internship or a virtual mentoring session? So it will be tough. It will be tough. And here is how you have to think about this, Anvi. The way you have to think about it, and this is not just about the shadow, but in general about life, and this is true for everyone else listening as well. When we get a new choice different from the choice that we already had, we always compare the new choice with the choice. But very rarely do we compare the choice with what we didn't have. So it's very natural for you to think that the virtual shadow program will be a far lesser experience than the actual shadow program because you're not having the live interaction the way that you had expected to be. The way that you have to think about it, though, is the virtual shadow program going to be any better than not having a shadow program at all or not having access to that leader? And that answer is then very obvious. So if you start asking yourself the question of, if I have gotten access to a woman leader in a position of power, in a great company, with great experience, great capability, great talent, how do I make the best of it, even if it's virtual? And the way that you would do that is, number one, be absolutely clear on what is it that you want from that experience going in. So you would have chosen your women leader and they would have chosen you, and there will be a match at some point of time. But that
Yeah,
match should be then in such a way that you know what is it that you want from that experience. And you lay that out very clearly up front, because now you don't have the privilege and the joy of sitting face to face with someone and going through that. So that's number one. Number two, you make sure that there are timely, weekly, daily, if possible, as frequently as possible, check ins where it is not about you giving them a status update of what you are experiencing, but you almost acting like an interviewer or a student trying to absorb all the things that you can get from them. So a great way to do that is, hey, and let's assume that the woman leader is Ankur. You'll be like, hey, Ankur, this is what I observed in some of the meetings that I was part of in the company last week. And I saw the company take this decision, which I couldn't really understand why or what was the rationale. So I'd love to have your view on what is it that would have gone inside your mind or inside the company's the company's mind to have gotten to this point. And that is a great way to learn how they think as a mentor, and thus you benefit from that experience, which is true for mentoring
right.
in general. Instead of asking questions, ask questions about how they think, because that'll give you a better answer. And number three, use this opportunity to use them to get introduced to as many people as possible, because you don't have the privilege of being in an office anymore. So use
Yeah.
your women leader or your mentor to get access to other people that you can learn from, and be proactive around that. I would love to have an introduction in the marketing function. I would love to have an introduction in the finance function. I'd love to have an introduction in the sales and operations function, or whatever the case is, because that is where you spread your wings and your network and you tap into their power of influence to get that. That'll be my suggestion.
Yeah, these pointers would be really helpful for everyone in the batch, I'm sure.
Awesome. Wonderful. All the
Thank
best,
you so
Tanvi.
much.
Thank you so much. Stay
Thank
patient,
you.
stay hungry, stay foolish. I'm no Steve Jobs, but sorry, what do you want? A picture?
Yeah.
All right, let's do that.
All right. Thank you. Good night.
All right, thank you so much. All the best. Good night. Okay, great. Let's just get Khurshid now. And Khurshid, you're coming live with us because you've been heavily endorsed. And I'm sure you're not going to disappoint. Waiting, waiting, waiting. And
Hi, Ankur.
hi, Khurshid, how are you?
Hi, man. I'm a big fan of yours. I love your optimism and what you say. It's brilliant. So thank you for having me. Thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you. You're very kind and very generous. Where are you from, Khurshid?
I'm from Mumbai. I'm from
Okay,
Mumbai.
great. And what
Yeah.
do you do?
And actually, I was working in tourism before COVID. And I also compose music. So just like you, in the past 10 years, I have done so much from musical theater to direction and advertisement industry to tourism. I've worked around in 10 different countries and stuff, but my love lies for the art. 1 second.
Yeah, you're somewhat breaking up. Eee. Yeah. All right. We'll get you back, Khurshid. And I will be patient and I will definitely bring you back. Don't worry about it. Just make sure that you get your internet all right so that we have all right. I read somewhere someone else. Behnaz, you share the same last name, so I'm guessing you're related to Khurshid, which by the way is not such a bad thing. But I'm just observing the trend. Ba, 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 ba. It's funny. There are so many singers that have now joined, and they're like, "Hey, hi, sir. What's up? Let's talk. Let's sing." Okay. Okay, Khurshid, I see you back. Let's try you once more. Okay, we will take Gautami after this, for sure.
Hi.
All right, great. Do you
Hi.
hear us?
I hear you. Sorry about
Yes.
the bad internet before.
No, no, that's perfectly
My
fine.
my
Don't worry about
my
it.
wife. So
Did
I
you say
really
your
wanted to
wife or your
sing for you
Wi-Fi?
guys. No, no, my Wi-Fi.
Oh,
That's my Benaz. Benaz is my sister.
okay, all
So
right.
yeah, yeah.
Lovely sister endorsing you.
I,
Yeah, I'm a big
I
fan, but
know.
yeah, but that's
I
awesome.
know.
Great. No, let's have you sing.
Thank
Let's
you.
have you sing. Totally.
So I've written this composition during this lockdown, and it says "Let it shine." And the whole meaning behind it is we should never let people hold us back. We should always shine our light. So it's "Let it shine." The past is a river that's flown away. Let it go, save your present day. And you and I are dancers in the tides of time. But in the darkness we find the light, then let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, just let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, just
Nice.
let it shine. Lord, come save us. Lord, make us brave. Lord, another day, face another day. Well, if the colors of your life are black and white,
Nice.
a teardrop forms a rainbow through the light. And in your pieces, I hope you find your peace. This night won't last forever, the sun will shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Just let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Just let it shine.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Oh man,
Jose.
thank you.
Good stuff.
Wow, man, thank you. Thank you so much.
I somehow saw sparks of the Beatles, just this very nice, soothing influence
They're-
coming through. But did
they're like
you
a-
write? Did you write the song as well?
I wrote this song.
Wonderful.
Of course.
I love the lyrics.
Thank you.
They were so
Thank you.
powerful. I was listening to them intently and not so much the music for no fault of yours, but it was very, very powerful. You are a fantastic
Thank you.
songwriter.
Thank
Very
you so
nice.
much. It means a lot for you to have me over. I'm like so grateful. I'm genuinely very grateful.
Thank you,
And
sister. Thank you, sister.
And
She's
oh,
done the
oh no,
hard work.
before, and she will kill me if I don't tell her you have to take her on. She's a counselor and she's also a musician, a singer, and she'd love to talk to you. She's a big fan. So Bena, shout out to Bena's.
I will definitely do that. But thank you so much. Have a lovely night ahead and all the best, man. You're very talented.
Thank you.
Jose. Keep writing.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, bro. See you. Cheers, man. Cheers.
Take care. Bye-bye. It's super awesome. All right. We have we have some time. It's almost like we have enough time. I would love to. You know what? Vaishnavi and Vaishnavi is from the team and she manages Instagram. So she's like the lady behind everything that's happening. I almost feel like we should have a dedicated live session on only musicians from across India. Like literally, we have a live session where people come, play their music, whether it's and actually it's not just music, performers. It could be pen tapping, it could be dancing, it could be singing, it could be playing an instrument, it could be anything. It could even be public speaking for all you care, but just live performances, and we do that in our city. I would love to do that shit. Totally. All right, Gautami, you're coming live with us on Public Demand and heavily endorsed, by the way, from Kevin, who was a rock star from last session. So you come 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 now. Slam poetry.
Hi.
Hi, Gautami.
Hello. How are you?
Very well. How are you?
All good. All good. Superb. Superb.
Are you also from Chennai?
Yes. Chennai represent all the way.
Totally. You guys are killing it. You guys are killing it.
Thank you.
I love it.
I mean-
and what do you do, Gautami?
I am a Carnatically trained singer, and my passion is towards playback singing. So I've kind of sort of pursued that too, and gotten, I would say, one step towards it, but not all the way. Okay, echo. Yes,
Yeah.
it's better
Okay.
now. It's better now. Yeah.
Somewhat. I can still hear my voice.
Oh no, I don't know why. Ugh.
But don't worry.
Okay, maybe I'll just-
Don't worry. Okay. So you're pursuing music professionally.
Right. So I'm training in Carnatic. So but I somehow had more inclination towards the film industry music than I did with Carnatic.
Got it.
But I love Carnatic irrespective. So I have sung in 2 movies, but yeah. So that's all I've come through. And
We have a playback singer amongst us.
I'm okay.
Awesome. Wonderful. Why don't you sing for us, Gautami? We'd love to hear you
I
sing.
think I have to take my earphones off. So
Yes.
go. I think this is better.
This is much better. Yes.
Okay, great.
Awesome.
And I'm also a Bharatanatyam dancer. I pursue Bharatanatyam. So these two are all I do as a profession.
The
So,
only thing that I'm
yeah.
waiting for you to say is I am also a qualified electrician and a ATP ranked tennis player.
I'm definitely going to put lives in danger if I turn to be an electrician. So no, let's not get there.
Okay. All right. Let's hear your talent.
Awesome. So I'd love to sing a Carnatic song too, but maybe first I can sing a film song. Can I sing Kyon from Barfi?
Yes, that's a lovely song. That's a beautiful song.
Yeah, I love that song. It's a beautiful song. Awesome. I'll go for it. क्यों ना हम तुम चले टेढ़े मेढ़े से रास्तों पे नंगे पाँव रे चल भटक लेना बाबरे क्यों ना हम तुम फिरे जाके अलमस्त पहचानी राहों के परे चल भटक लेना बाबरे इन टिमटिमाती निगाहों में इन चमचमाती अदाओं में लुके हुए छुपे हुए है क्या ख्याल बाबरे
Wow.
क्यों ना हम तुम तलाशे बगीचों की फुर्सत भरी छाँव में चल भटक लेना बाबरे इन चमचमाती में जिंदगी ले हमें बुलाती है जिंदगी जो करना है वो आज कर ना इसको टाल बाबरे
Wonderful. Fantastic. I loved how you literally go low to high and low with just such comfort and finesse. It's wonderful. Clearly,
Thank you so
you're trained and you're really good with this. This is brilliant. You know what? This was a failure, but I am super eager to hear your Carnatic. So I'd love
Yeah.
for you to share that.
I would love to sing this song, but I'm just going to like scream for 1 second. Everybody with earphones, please excuse me. But Amma! Amma! Can you talk slowly, please? Thanks! Please, thanks. I'm on a live.
Mama is like, Mama!
My mom's like, why are you screaming?
It's called singing, Mama.
I know. I'm telling her it's my opera practice.
Does your family have more singers or is it just you?
We come from a family of singers.
That's why. So
and
that's why they're not
with-
giving you any bhav, right? They're like, yeah, this is like everyday affair. Like, you don't.
Yep. In fact,
give
my
yourself
mom
too
will
much.
be like, after this live, she probably heard like a little bit. She'll be like, right here in this point, you didn't sing
Exactly.
correctly.
Yeah.
Like,
This
then
was
I kind of like.
this performance for your mom was like a 4 on 10, and you doing it on Instagram makes it a 3 on 10 as it is. Like useless platform, useless voice.
I agree.
You're bringing
and
the
my mom
family
keeps
name
asking,
down.
why you not using a tanpura? Why you just going on lives and singing? That's like the major problem they have.
Clearly, like that is the shit. All right, wonderful. I love that you can shout at your mom. Most people don't have this privilege, so that's a good start.
No, I'm not shouting at my mom. I'm screaming my mom to like hear me out.
All right, Carnatic, let's go.
Okay, so this song is called Suna Suna. It's by Sonu Nigam. It's from an album called Classically Mild. But yeah, I'll just sing it. Okay. Suna Suna देश कया जा रे आजा आजा सजन घर आजा रे लहराकर हवाएं सजाए तेरी बाहें व्याकुल की दिशाएं सुनाए बन के पाए ऋतुओं के सब मेले तुझे ढूंढे हर मेले देश राग छेड़ा है मिलके के आओ नि सारे सोना सोना
Wow.
सोना 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 देश गया आ जाए.
That is brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. Your harkats are like, they were just bang on. I was like, I love this. This is
Thank
incredible.
you so much. That means a lot to me.
That is just brilliant. I love this. Thank you. This has been such a joy. I love the fact that you're pursuing this. I love your energy. I love your enthusiasm.
Thank you.
We all love your mom because she hasn't come and hit you.
Even
This
though
is
she chooses to
brilliant.
gossip with her friend like at this time of the night, we
I
still love
totally
her.
I was like, you have no shit what my daughter is up to right now. This generation, I tell you. All right, but this is. Thank you so much. I am
Ankur,
so
before
glad.
I log off, I absolutely have one question for you,
Please.
which I mean, I'm a philosophical person myself. I generally like try and meditate or find answers. But this is one question that's been in my mind that I've not been able to find any answer to it. So I thought, who better to ask right now? So I just shoot it. So basically, right now I'm in a phase where I don't know if I'm rapidly growing, but I'm growing at a considerably good pace. And I've been told by like certain people and like somebody who's really dear to me, like they probably mean it in a very, very good sense, but it comes off to me, and some of it is them literally trying to like pull me down and make me feel really, really guilty of what I'm doing. And they even tell me that I should be doing something else and not this. For example, just like an example, you shouldn't be doing lives, you should be practicing more hours, something like that. I know that the obvious way to shut this out is by literally shutting them out and not letting them affect your mind. But what is that one thing, or what are those few things that I can do to know that I am in the right path, and I can selectively take these feedbacks and not be affected by it.
Got it. And that's a good question, Gautami. So here's my response, and this is what at least I follow. I place the absolute highest level of respect towards the truth, and I place the possibly lowest level of respect towards the source of the truth. Here's what I mean by that. I care about what is it that is being told to me, as against who is telling me what. Because the minute we put the color of who is telling us what, we become completely biased. Let me give you a completely frivolous example. If you were to, let's say you know someone who is a guy, and we're not being sexist here, or let's just say, you know someone of a guy who is a woman beater, and he actually went to jail for beating up his wife. And that guy comes out of jail, he's possibly reformed or whatever the case is, and he sees some other guy beating up a woman, and he goes to him and says, "Don't beat women." Now, at that point of time, this guy is like, "Oh, that's a bit rich coming from you, because you went to jail for beating up a woman. So who the fuck are you to tell me that?" That's where you cloud your judgment of who said what and whether what was being said was right or wrong. So isolate the two. Completely isolate the two. Keep asking yourself this question: what is this telling me? What is this telling me? It could very well still be telling you something that you shouldn't be doing or don't want to do, but don't ever be like, what is this telling me? Or who is telling me what? Because then we get completely messed up in our minds. That's the thing that I always work. I like, it doesn't matter if Gautami is saying this or someone else is telling me that. I'm hearing what Gautami is telling me, and I'm asking myself, what is this telling me? What is this telling me? Not what is her telling me, what is she telling me, what is he telling me, what is this telling me? And then I make my choices, and that helps a lot.
That puts a lot of things in perspective.
Awesome. Great. All the best. Take care. We love you all.
Thank you so much for having me. I loved singing to you. You're such a beautiful person. I love
am
everything
so
about
glad that I was a participant to your singing. Thank you so much for sharing it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on. Thank you.
All the best. Bye. Take care.
Bye. I'll be around.
All right. We're left with about 30 seconds. So I'm just going to say my goodbyes to all of you. It's Friday night. I had such a lovely time. This is becoming a thing of its own. I don't mind this. Like literally an hour back, I took a 2-hour course on pricing a product. And now after an hour, I am spending time with one of the finest musicians, hearing them share their talent. What better life to live? I love my life. God bless you all. Have a good weekend.